Hey guys, it's Lumen. Today, I'll be discussing why I think the current rerun of Draconic Orchestra sucks. Normally, I usually do a review of most of the cards, but nowadays I feel like expressing my raw thoughts is more valuable since most cards and machines usually aren't worth talking about. Draconic Orchestra is a gung-ho original series machine that costs 10 stones to roll, similar to DVDC, Heroine, and Sacred Relic Dragon Saga. Upon its debut on July 8th, 2019, for North America, cards like Enola, Dolk, Lada Lada, and Theor provided valuable kits for farming, while Phenom would take over the meta as an ideal pair for the Dark Draco Blader Ina, who would be released approximately 2 months later. Orchestra reran almost 6 months later in late December and added standouts such as Rone for farming and Manaka for endgame, while also providing equip forms for the top rarity. Unfortunately, Orchestra's third rerun in July 2020 was quite lackluster, as the additions of Asua and the Road made no impact on the game. The accompanying buffs were quite nice, but ultimately changed nothing about the machine's obsolescence at the time. And now, 1.5 years later, we get another garbage rerun of Draconic Orchestra. Don't get me wrong, I think it's a good thing that Gung-Ho reruns its original series machines every now and then, so that new players have access to these limited time cards. To be fair, this rerun is also quite nice for veterans as well, since Gung-Ho added equip forms to the rest of the machine. It's also convenient that the only addition to the machine is an orb skin card that you can just buy, although there is a case to be made about how Gung-Ho is taking the bundle monetization paradigm to the extreme. Let's take a look at said new orb skin. Vione is a transform card that provides 3 turns of haste upon transforming. With a 22 turn cooldown, it conveniently lines up perfectly with Royal Oak's 25 turn cooldown, but even if you have excess skill boost, the haste can be used to expedite the second transform. Now, why am I mentioning Royal Oak? Well, as a blue card that has double 10C and 2 L's in her post-transform form, Vione synergizes extremely well with Royal Oak. The Super Blind Resist and the Heal Enhance Awakenings are also valuable utility for Royal Oak teams, and the fast unmatchable clear active with the Unlock plus Tricolor board change is a perfect fit for the latest endgame dungeon, MD2. The only real knock I have on Vione is her somewhat lackluster health stat, but the overall package is quite strong for Royal Oak, especially in the current endgame. Meanwhile, the lower rarity equips are a good quality of life update, with some standouts including Enola's equip for farming and ranking usage, and Tilly's equip as a poverty replacement for the popular Wild Boar headgear Inosuke's equip. Overall, it seems like players got decent value from this rerun, so why do I keep saying that this rerun sucks? First of all, the lower rarity equip form should have been here at least in the previous rerun. Sure, there's an argument for better late than never, but Gung-Ho uses these buffs as an excuse to do nothing else. If we had gotten these equip forms before, then Gung-Ho would have to find something else to improve this rather lackluster machine. Really, when the lower rarity equips are attributed to the previous rerun in which they should have arrived in, this rerun is basically just an orb skin money grab. Second, the buffs do absolutely nothing to improve the overall value of the machine. Draconic Orchestra is a machine loaded with great niche mid-rarity cards, a half-decent bottom rarity lineup, and a rather uninspiring set of top rarity cards. However, at 10 stones a pop, Orchestra's lineup doesn't justify its cost. The problem here is the relative depreciation of the entire machine due to power creep. Much like the economic idea of inflation, power creep reduces the value of every existing card with each new event. Without corresponding buffs, older cards become obsolete. Of course, this trend generally applies to cards' endgame value. Cards more oriented towards farming or ranking usually retain their value for a substantial amount of time. Of course, this is all just my opinion. I'm sure there are those who will vehemently disagree because the good stuff in Draconic Orchestra is still pretty good. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, good luck and have fun.